Okay, we're going live. We're live. Hello. Can everyone hear okay? Very good. This is just a greeting. We have a first-time person here. Give a wave. Hello. Hello. Let me light the little candle here. Is the incense going to bother you? I don't have to use it. Does it make up this way? If you want to, you can sit sideways. Elsewhere. Now, why don't you sit sideways and face me? Okay?
Where do you want to sit?
Yeah, 1 second. Right now, we're going to do the little ceremony. So you can just stand and think nice thoughts. Okay?
Can I use one of those?
If you want to. Oh, here's one. Oh, the mat? Yeah, please. Please. Yeah. Lovely, lovely. This is, I hope I can tell the folks, she has a little issue, so she's going to be sitting kind of as chair style today, which I think is wonderful. If you need to, you have a physical need. The lotus posture is very balanced, very much encouraged, or the Burmese posture. But if you have physical need, you can sit as you need in chair style. You can even get up and walk. It's okay. All right. We haven't started yet, though. We haven't started yet. All right. Well, we are all set to go, I think. Is my first time Nengyoku, my first time Ino is here. Ino? Can you hear him? Nengyoku? Okay, well, Bjorn is our backup, Ino. In case Nengyo doesn't get started, Bjorn, you're all set to just jump in. Is that correct? All right, well, we'll get through it. We'll get through it. If you've been here before, you know what to do. And if it's your first time, just follow along. Okay. Would you stand up and you can just do this, or you can stand like this. It's okay. And just
your Ino is muted.
I'm ready. I have a. We're good.
You got it? Okay. Okay. Here we go.
The heart of the perfection of the Great Wisdom Sutra. Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva, awakened one of compassion. In Prajna Paramita, the deep practice of perfect wisdom, perceived the emptiness of all 5 conditions and was free of suffering. O Shariputra, form is no other than emptiness, emptiness no other than form. Form is precisely emptiness, emptiness precisely form. Sensations, perceptions, formations, and consciousness are also like this. O Shariputra, all things are expressions of emptiness, not born, not destroyed, not stained, not pure, neither waxing nor waning. Thus emptiness is not form, not sensation nor perception, not formation nor consciousness, no eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, no sight, sound, smell, taste, touch, nor object of mind, no realm of sight, no realm of consciousness, no ignorance, no end to ignorance, no old age and death, no cessation of old age and death, no suffering or cause or into suffering, no path, no wisdom, and no gain, no gain. Thus bodhisattvas live this Prajna Paramita with no hindrance of mind, no hindrance, therefore no fear, far beyond all delusion. Nirvana is already here. All past, present, and future Buddhas live this Prajna Paramita and realize supreme and complete enlightenment. Therefore know that Prajna Paramita is the sacred mantra, the luminous mantra, the supreme mantra, the incomparable mantra by which all suffering is clear. This is no other than truth. Therefore set forth the Prajna Paramita mantra. Set forth this mantra and proclaim Gate, Gate, Paragate, Parasamgate, Bodhisavaka, Anya Shingyo. Buddha nature pervades the whole universe, reality existing right here now. In reciting the heart of the perfection of Great Wisdom Sutra, we dedicate our sincere efforts to Shakyamuni Buddha, Honored One, the historical Buddha and teacher, and to those ancestral teachers, Eihei Dogen, Honored One, Soji Keizan, Honored One, all successive Honored Ones up until Zuigaku Rinpo, Honored One, and Gudo Wafo, Honored One, and to all other Honored Ones throughout history, same yet diverse Honored Ones whose names have been forgotten or left unsaid. We also dedicate these efforts to the 3 treasures, Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, to all awakened ones and teachers in all places and times. We especially seek tranquility and well-being for all creatures now suffering or ill in health. May they be serene through all their ills. May their lives be at peace and wisdom pervade the darkness of ignorance. We dedicate our hopes and aspirations to all victims of war and violence and natural events, to the injured and to all families touched by these tragedies, to the healing of hatred in all countries and among all peoples, to the wisdom and compassion of our world leaders, to the peace of the world and harmony of all beings. Thus let the harmful effects of words, thoughts, and actions be dispelled, and compassion bloom in perpetual spring. May we all realize and live the enlightened way together. all Buddhas throughout space and time, all Bodhisattvas, Mahasattvas, Prajna, Paramita,
Zazen? This is just reading. Keep going. My crystal. Now. Does it bother you? Remember the model is here. For example, today, it's going to be raining, and you're going to hear sometimes the truck. Sometimes we get the helicopter. Seeing this so peaceful, I hear the bird. Oh, great, and then the truck. Helicopter. And then it's different. When you're sitting, bird, it's just birds. Truck, it's just truck scenes. Helicopter, it's just helicopter. You don't make a judgment. You understand? Because in life, we always judge. So here, just sit. Okay? Right. Okay. Nice. Mask is just nice. I usually go like this. Put my hands like this. Because it makes the line round. Okay. I keep my fingers together. You sit if you need. Okay. But I tell people, don't be stiff. Don't be weak. Nice, comfortable sitting. Okay? Like straight, but not stiff. Take 3 deep breaths. Hold on to any 2 deep breaths. And then breathe down through the nose. Your eyes open. Okay. And you're not judging, you're not thinking. Just notice. You put your hands like this, so it's uncomfortable. Yeah. Okay, you do that to me. Kien Hin. We will now do walking Zazen. Get up carefully. You inspired me. Even my legs started to hurt. I started having to walk. I got the muscle. It doesn't happen too often. 1 second, let me check on these folks. Can everyone hear Kien Hin? Okay. Very good. Okay. What you do now, this is just the greeting. You bow and turn to the right. Always turn to the right. Yeah, face that way. Sigue bow. Y la derecha. No, this way. So turning.
So, no derecho.
All the way to it. Okay. And stop. Okay. This is also break time. So if you need to take a break for the bathroom, it's okay. You okay?
I would like to look for that.
Okay. My house, my wife and my daughter is in there, so you can go just in the house. If someone's there.
Already?
I'll show you this way. Were you comfortable?
A little bit pain, but
Okay.
not so much.
As I said, like me, I got my legs, but it's really hurt. I got the muscle.
Yes.
I got to get up. It's okay. I don't think it.
Yes, absolutely.
Let me show you. Let's see. You want to continue?
We'll do another round.
Yes. Okay. I want to show you. For a few minutes. Right now we do walking zazen. Walking zazen is same as zazen, except we're walking. What's different from usual walking? Human being walks, we need to go someplace. We have something to do, right? We're here, but here is no good. We want to go over there. That's why we walk, right? Zen walking is different. Here is here, no other place. Here is here, no other place. Here is here, no other place. This place, okay, perfect. This place, low, escalate. Understand? Take this hand, right here, this hand on top. When your breath gets to the top, that's it. Yeah, because we don't know what to do. So it's a good place. Okay, it's just tradition.
Okay.
So the breath is right here. We go very slow, but no rush. Okay? The mind is the same. The thought comes, don't grab it. Between the thoughts. Right next. 1 second. 3 seconds. 5 seconds. Thought is not bad. You just don't take it. Understand? So walk for a few minutes. Natural breathing, your pace. Please continue a few minutes. We will have zazen and a little talk. Okay, go back to sitting. Remember to bow and turn and bow and sit. Right? A la derecha. That way. No, that way. More turn.
I don't understand.
Like this.
I bow one time. Then. It's
like
not a quarter. It's
Yeah.
okay.
Everything in Japan has a saho away.
So I got like this, and then halfway.
Yeah, good. Can everyone hear? I hope so. I can't see. Could you hear okay? Give me a wave. Okay. Today the rain has made it difficult for some people to come, but I saw our usual member, Chris Baskey, yesterday. Chris Baskey, I sometimes call Mara, which is the Buddhist symbol of temptation. Yesterday, Chris said, let's go out to lunch. I found this great hamburger place here in Scuba, and it's rare to find a good place like that here in Japan, so I was really tempted to go. So I went because I'm not strictly vegetarian, Most Japanese Buddhists are not strictly vegetarian. Some are, but that's their choice. In fact, most Buddhists are not vegetarian. This surprises some people, and I often get people to yell at me, if you're supposed to be a Buddhist teacher, why are you eating meat? And I say, actually, to tell you the truth, I'm trying to stop, or I don't eat much, once in a while. But I'm not completely strict about it. The traditional Buddhist rule, in fact, was that whatever you put in the bowl or receive in your bowl, as long as it's not poison, you should accept and eat. It's just like life. We kind of accept anything healthy that's put in the bowl. Now, some people will say, well, meat's not healthy. I don't want to go that far to debate that, but we avoid certain poisons: greed, excess desire, anger, ignorance, violence. And some people will say eating meat is violence. And they have a point. I'm not saying no. But the fact is that in Southeast Asia, Thailand, Burma, in India, in Tibet, in Japan, there's no strict prohibition for Buddhists to eat meat. The Chinese Buddhists are very strict about meat eating for various historical reasons. Absolutely, they won't have meat. But while we were sitting there yesterday, I was talking about my family, another strange thing. Japanese Buddhist priests get married. Nowhere else in Asia, a couple of small places, but nowhere else really does Buddhist priests get married. And here we are practicing online, our digital Sangha, practicing this kind of modernized, westernized Buddhism. And it's its own thing. And I had to wonder yesterday, I was sitting with Chris, is this real Buddhism? Is my Buddhism strange Buddhism, unusual Buddhism? Is it good Buddhism? What is it? Is it even Buddhism? This Zen practice. Well, by coincidence, just 1 minute from the hamburger restaurant, there is Scuba Japan's Sri Lankan Vihara. A vihara is a Buddhist temple. There's a large Sri Lankan community here, and they found a farmhouse and they decorated it into, you would think you were in South Asia, into a beautiful Buddhist temple. They even made a great Buddhist statue that's about 2 stories tall in the Southeast Asian style of Buddha sitting Zazen, just like you are. And there are priests there, and they're wearing their orange robes. They're from Sri Lanka. And so I took Chris over. He'd never been there before, and we went. And we bowed, and we met the priest there. He was a very nice guy. Tomorrow, by the way, is Vesak, the traditional day of Buddha's birthday in every place else except Japan. Japan also is different about Buddha's birthday. We celebrated it last month. But tomorrow, Sunday here, is Vesak. So they invited us back to the Sri Lankan temple to join in that. I'm going to go. But as I was at the Sri Lankan temple, I realized it's just the same as my Buddhism, but so different. There was Buddha sitting Zazen. There's priest, he wears robes like I do, but supposedly they say he's not supposed to get married, you know. And I asked him, because I just come from the hamburger restaurant and I was feeling a little guilty, so, hey, do you guys eat meat? And he looked at me and he goes, yes. If we receive meat in the temple from the donor, we eat meat. Oh. And I just finished lunch about 1 o'clock. I heard that you guys in South Asia, you don't eat past 12 noon. That's the strict traditional rule. And the Japanese Buddhists eat nighttime dinner, and you guys don't eat dinner. Is that true? And he said, to tell you the truth, we eat dinner. It's very hard not to eat dinner. It's a cold place here. We need to stay healthy. I said, oh. And you guys get up at 2 o'clock in the morning to sit Zazen? He said, I get up at 5:30. I thought that's a lot more reasonable. He goes to bed at 9 o'clock. And I thought that's good. And then he said, would you like to see my shrine? I said, your shrine? Yes. He said, he's the monk in charge of the shrine. So he took us over. They had built a new shrine. That's the only way I could describe it, in the Buddhist temple. And the gods there, he showed us, were basically Hindu or Sri Lankan gods. There was a spear that represents Shiva. The gods were, I think, Vishnu was there. Sri Lankans mix their Hinduism and their Buddhism very much. The Japanese mix Shinto and the Buddhism very much. They used to do it much more for political reasons. In the 19th century, they separated Shinto from Buddhism, but in Japan, Zen Buddhism and Shinto, the gods were the gods of the Shinto shrine became emanations of Buddha. So anyway, at the Sri Lankan temple, he's showing us Vishnu, he's showing us some gods they pray to that only exist in Sri Lanka. You know, very colorful Hindu-like statues and pictures. And I said, this Buddhism's weird because it's not my Buddhism. And maybe he thinks, I went to the temple once, I said, I'm a Buddhist priest. Here's my daughter. I introduced my daughter. He probably thought, oh, that's crazy. Buddhist priest has a daughter, brings his daughter here, and this is his wife. What kind of Buddhist priest is this? Later in the day, I listened to Stephen Batchelor, a recording, so that Stephen Batchelor came up. And Stephen Batchelor is also trying to modernize Buddhism. But in some ways, for me, he's gone too far. He's tried to turn Buddhism into just a school of ethics and get back to what he considers the original Buddha's message. I think it's his interpretation and nothing more. So Stephen Batchelor's Buddhism to me is in some ways very good and in some ways kind of strange. The Sri Lankan guy would have no understanding, I think, of what Stephen Batchelor is talking about. Maybe he would, I don't know. What's my point? Just like what comes in your bowl, there's two things: good things and healthy things, and bad things and poisonous things. Okay? In other words, accept what life and your practice is in your bowl. Do your practice. If it's good practice, it will be healthy in your life. It doesn't have to be Jundo's practice. I'm Jundo. It doesn't have to be Bion's practice. It doesn't have to be Stephen Batchelor's practice or the Sri Lankan way. It doesn't have to be exactly like the Zen fellow in Japan does it. But it has to be good. And you know it's good because of the peaceful, happy, not happy, a content, accepting, beneficial feeling in your heart and how it has effect in your life. And if it's good, that's good. I don't want to be celibate monk. I don't want to say goodbye to my wife and my child like the Buddha did. They say he left home. I don't want to do that. I should not eat meat. I'm not happy with I did that. But that's not because of Buddhism. That's because more my view about poor cows and the ecology. I want to be a little more vegetarian in the future. But if you're a vegetarian or not vegetarian, if it's right for you, do that. If you want to kill someone and rob a bank because that's right for you, please don't do that. Because that's not good, you see. Don't do that. But if you want to become a monk and live in the Himalayas, and that's good for you, live in a monastery, do that. If you want to train to be a priest and not live in a monastery, live in the world, and it's good for you, it seems good and beneficial to you and others around you, do that. Okay? But basically accept what's in your bowl, in your practice, in your life, if it's good. Okay? One thing that's good that they do at Sri Lanka or here is sit zazen. So let's do that now. Let's sit. We will now recite the verse of atonement and the 4 vows. Okay, we're going to get up. I told you the wrong thing, actually. So first you face that way. You face that way and bow. And now we turn around. Don't always. Japan, you got to do it the one. Okay. Now we recite the verse to say, this week I did bad things, I'm sorry. It's our
Okay.
I'm sorry verse. A second. Are you ready, Nengyoku?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
All harmful acts, words, and thoughts ever committed by me since of old, on account of beginningless greed, anger, and ignorance, born of my body, mouth, and mind, now I atone for them all. To save all sentient beings, though beings numberless, to transform all delusions, though delusions inexhaustible, to perceive reality, though reality is boundless, to attain the enlightened way, a way non-attainable, to save all sentient beings, though beings numberless, to transform all delusions, though delusions inexhaustible, to perceive reality, though reality is boundless, to attain the enlightened way, a way non-attainable, to save all sentient beings, though beings numberless, to transform all delusions, though delusions inexhaustible, to perceive reality, though reality is boundless, to attain the enlightened way, a way non-attainable.
Thank you, everyone. And thank you, Nengyoku. That was lovely. My screen is a little frozen here, but everyone looks like they're still sitting zazen except for Beyond. So I guess, but I guess it's okay. Looks like everyone's moving Beyond. Everything's okay?
Yes, everything is perfect.
Okay. We're going to have tea for a few minutes if everyone wants to stick around. Otherwise, please go out into the world and put good things in your bowl if you can. And even sometimes, if not so tasty things come, except those two. You have no choice. That's what you get. Thank you. If you want to stick around, we can. Let me see to end this now. Wait a second. Here's what I do. I push this now here. Okay. All right. I got that. Okay. Then I'm going to go here to the 3 dots. I'm going to stop the live stream. Then I'm going to go over here to YouTube, and I'm going to end that. Okay? And we're done. Okay, now I'm going to come back to you guys. Okay, we're going to have tea. We're going to